So yeah, I'm here to talk about stress. It's kind of a weird topic. Not a lot of people can talk about it openly and say, like, for example, this is a really stressful thing, talking in front of how many people are here today? Like 100 or so. But what we discovered is actually stress can be a fuel for human beings. We did that with some of the most elite athletes, first responders, and we helped reduce injury and illness by 23% within this group. So that was 18 of the 22 gold medal winners of the Rio Games, 80% of the national sports teams, and amazing first responders that take care of us every single day. So how is stress a fuel for us? First, I'm going to ask, how was everyone's day today? So those that had a little bit of stress, raise their hands. Okay, that's cool. All right. Those who had a lot of stress? Okay, where are the presenters in like their stress level today? You're good? We're good? Okay, so I want to do a little experiment. Who would like to chew a piece of gum for 8 minutes while I do my presentation? Yeah? Okay, cool. Sweet. I didn't know if people would. Okay.
I like to be involved.
All right, you? Who else?
I'll get one too.
Yeah, okay. Okay, here. All right. Okay, I'm just going to give this, and you guys can all hand it out while I go back to do my presentation, because I only have 8 minutes. Okay, so a little bit about me. I had a crazy day today. I've spent 6 hours commuting all the way up to Aurelia to meet with some policing organizations, Barrie Police, and OPP. Working for a startup, everyone says it must be nice. It's kind of not true. It's really, really hard, but it's also really, really great all at the same time. We don't yet have the bar or the ping pong tables or any of that, but that all comes at the end when you've built a great company and you get to enjoy those things. So all that to be said is, you know, working for a startup is stressful, but it also has a reward, and I've just proven that we all talk about stress. Okay, so when we looked at how many people are stressed out, it's about 60% of the population. And there are a very special few, about 14% of us that live stress-free. And we started looking into like, who are these 14%, what makes them who they are, and they basically said they have a really good ability of balancing stress with recovery. And so we looked at that even more, and we said, well, how do they recover? So anyone want to suggest ways of recovering from stressful situations or what they do to kind of relax? Yep. Working out, cool.
Exercise.
Yeah,
Meditation.
cool.
Sleep.
Sleep, okay. So, I knew someone was going to say that. Okay, so these are the most common ways that people deal with stress. The first one was drinking caffeine, which actually just makes you more stressed out. The next one was smoking. I don't know. Taking medication, drinking more alcohol, or eating more. So these are some of the ways to cope with it, and exercise and vacation did not hit the list. And so I think there's a distinction, coping versus recovery, right? So moving on, one of the best ways to recover from a stressful situation is reading. So 61, I think it reduces your stress levels by 68%. So that's better than exercise. It's actually better than drinking tea. Better than talking to a friend, reading. But because of TV and Netflix and you like to read?
I read a lot.
And are you stressed out?
No, never.
There we go. You proved my point. Thank you. It's awesome.
On average, I read between 20 to 25 different magazines on a week, during the whole week.
You're reading too much. You only need to do that for 6 minutes, and you've reduced your stress by 68%. But that's good. I like that you love to read. You're under stressed. You're the 14% that I need to talk to more. So listening to music, 61%, right? Like that really needs no explanation, but it basically acts as a distraction, and it connects with our emotions so we can actually discover why we're feeling the way we are. This didn't work. So I think, wow. What's going on here? Okay, so stress seems to be your enemy only if you believe it. I'm going to prove it. They did a study. They followed 30,000 people in America for 8 years. And they put them into different groups. And what they found is people who had a lot of stress that viewed stress negatively were 43% more likely to pass away. But those that had the same level of stress, but viewed it positively were, again, no difference, it didn't change their mortality rates. But those that had a lot of stress, actually that viewed it positively and were able to embrace it, actually were able to live longer than those that lived really, that didn't live stressful lives. Sorry if I didn't explain that clearly, but basically, if you change the way that you look at stressful situations, it basically will help you live a healthier life. So this is actually what my company does. We take the stressors in your life and we look at the time that you need for adequate recovery. What's really, really hard is most people can't balance that, and they don't know that the areas in your life where you can deviate and how you're affected by those things. So our platform basically says this is the stress in your life, and these are the things that you can do to take better care of yourself. And yes, so it's an app on the App Store. You can actually go and download it now. It's free for everyone. And basically all we do is we help you monitor the stress in your life, and then we connect you to care services so that you can feel better. And that's us. Oh, shoot, yes, the chewing gum. Where did that go? All right, so who chewed gum? Okay, so how do you guys feel? You don't have to say good if you don't. Yeah? Okay, so how many feel more alert? More focused? Was my presentation awesome? Awesome. Okay, that's exactly what gum is supposed to do. Chewing it for like a few minutes increases blood flow to your brain, and basically that helps you focus, feel better, be more engaged in the things that you're doing, and actually improves your memory. And as far as why you're chewing gum and why it does that, when you're actually eating food, your body starts to release digestive enzymes. So your body doesn't think it's fighting something. It wouldn't have a meal when you're in a non-stressful situation. Yeah.
Two quick questions.
Yes.
The reading, is it reading a physical book or
Doesn't matter.
device? Doesn't matter. And the second one was, what were the statistics on connecting with nature and reducing stress?
Not as high as exercise. So exercise was about 53%, 30%. So 53% of people said they felt much, much better after exercising. 30% said it actually reduced their stress. Walking was one of the lower ones, although it did fit in with exercise. It just didn't elevate your heart rate enough to get the positive endorphins to come out. Yeah.
Thank you. Any other questions? So the question is around exercise.
Yeah.
Did you guys obviously look at like different kinds of exercises, and
Yeah.
which one is the most effective in reducing stress levels?
Yeah. So that's a really great question. So exercise I enjoy is going to be different than exercise you enjoy. Same with Olympic athletes. So I'll go back to what our platform does. Our platform learns more about the exercise that you do every day, and we ask three things: the level of intensity, how long you did it for, and how hard you thought it was. So the idea is around learning about when that exercise is effective for you, and we measure that against your psychometric profile. So for example, if you're having a bad day and we know that when you run, it makes you feel better, we would tell you to go on a run. So I think it's all personal. There was no, saying walking is better than running. It's all going to be for each person.
Can I ask you a
Yeah.
follow-up question? So is there any correlation between like how long you work out, or like are longer workouts better for you compared to shorter ones? Even
Yeah.
if they're more intense?
That
As a physiotherapist.
you want to take this one?
Well, I'm a physiotherapist. And Nick's a personal trainer.
We can get all three of
There's
us.
some medical, there's another physiotherapist, there's a few physios in here. So there is research to support the length of time that you need to work out to support your mental health and physical health. And actually probably even Jennifer can answer this as well, but I believe it's 30 minutes. 30 minutes a day, or like 160 minutes in a week. Somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, but generally that's what the research is showing, and I agree, it's all personalized. So if somebody's like forcing themselves to go do exercise that they don't enjoy, it's not going to be as beneficial. You have to enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you.
No worries. Oh, also on that too, the other good point about mental health is, some people look at exercise as a way to feel better. It's really, really effective. It's actually can be more effective than antidepressants. So 15 minutes of exercise is more effective than antidepressants. And it doesn't matter what exercise. Yeah.
One last question.
One right here.
Nope. Into what?
your app.
Oh, it's huge. It's like the core part of, sorry. So your question was basically how mental health is a part of our application, how big of a part it plays.
That, like, if somebody says, say, suffers from
Yeah.
depression or generalized anxiety
Sure.
disorder,
Yeah.
so it's like continuous stress or
Yeah.
continuous depression for a
Mhm.
long period of time. Obviously, the levels may be different for
Yep.
someone who doesn't suffer from that.
Right.
Just kind of wondering, do you curate
Yeah.
different ways to each
Yeah, that's a great question. So typically what people do when they're not feeling great is they go to Dr. Google and they go and type in, I'm feeling not great. And Google tells you 100 pages of things that might be wrong, and you walk away thinking you have 5 things net new that you didn't know you had before. What we do is we actually measure every few days about how you're feeling, and it's more of the things that you did, how you felt, and how much you achieved. And we ask it over time, so we're building a psychometric profile of you every single day or however often you engage with the platform, and the care changes based on how you respond to things. But the other thing is too, you don't need to go into our platform and answer questions. You just go on our platform and read articles about these things rather than going to Dr. Google. Because Dr. Google is cool, but it's not really a good way to diagnose your own health.
Right.
Yeah.
3 clicks and you have cancer.
Is it a 3? I thought it was like, yeah. 2.
2 and you have cancer.
Okay,
Thank you so
no
much.
worries.
Yeah.